In this video, we are going to be talking about the hottest NFTs in the market right now. Donald Trump is dropping an NFT and Moonbirds and DeGods. We cover it all in this video. If you're ready for it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And let's go ahead and dive right in. First thing we got to cover is what's going on in the markets today. Nothing surprising. Everything is pretty much moving sideways. Ethereum is at that 1.1, 1.2. So everything is kind of just steady, you know, not too bad, not too good. As long as the market is not dying, I am happy. Now let's go ahead and get into what's going on in Opensea. So as you can see right here, the #1 volume is going to be the Trump digital cards. #2, Valhalla. Shout out to Valhalla and Alex over there. But if you didn't know, Trump basically has a new NFT collection. I read the terms of service and it kind of says that the person running it is not associated with Trump or any of his companies, and they just happen to have the license. So I have no idea how the money flows, whether it goes to Trump, whether it goes to someone else, whether it goes to a campaign. I actually don't know, right? And it's not very clear, but going off of what I can see, there's a website, collecttrumps.com, and there's going to be these limited edition trading cards. Now, of course, when you watch the video, you obviously see Trump talking about this NFT project. He's kind of promoting it over here, right? And if you do buy these things, you have a chance to talk to him on the phone, meet him in person, play golf with him, right? So they have a lot of different prizes which play off of Trump's personality. So it feels like a pretty funny website, you know, kind of like that late night ad that you would see on TV or something like that. So they got these NFTs over here which you could possibly win, and then buy 45 trading cards and you are guaranteed a ticket to dinner with the president. So I guess it's almost like a raffle in order to get a special thing with Trump. If you spend like thousands of dollars and you're guaranteed a dinner, so that can be worth it for many people, right? Not for everyone, but for many people. Now when we're looking at the floor price of this project, it's going to be 0.34, which is going to be about $400. So I guess if you bought this, you would have 4 extra money if you sold it right now. I did see it a little bit higher than this, and the art itself, you know, it is what it is. I think they just kind of took Trump's face and photoshopped it on different images. There's a lot of question marks when it comes to this project, but you cannot deny that it's pumping. And you know, honestly, when I see these kind of pumps, I even wonder like how much of it is real, how much of it is not real, where is this volume coming from, is it market made? All these questions, I have no idea. Creator fee is going to be 10%, so obviously whoever's making this project is really thinking about how to maximize revenue, so something to keep in mind. Now an interesting part of this, whether it's real, whether it's not, whether it's associated, whatever the case is, and it's really a collectible, right? So it's not like they're going to build this whole project for like the next 5 years. It's more like, how do we make as much money as possible while offering the bare minimum, so that, you know, we offered like these things like a golf course thing or dinner, and then that would be that, right? Quite genius in a way, because you're just playing off someone's brand to maximize money. Nobody will say that this is a rug pull because they're pretty upfront with what it is, and everything is kind of clear in the terms of service of what you get, as long as they deliver it. Pretty interesting indeed as a case study, because I can imagine other celebrities might be doing something like this, and it makes sense because this is a way to generate revenue, generate a collectible without having to do much after the fact that you sell it. Next piece of news that we have today is DeGods is going to be releasing season 3. So they're basically going to redo the art for DeGods. And if you didn't know, for DeGods, it is pretty much the most popular Solana NFT. So they have the first art, which some say wouldn't be that good. Then they upgraded it to DeGods 2, and then it made it better. I mean, it's all subjective. And then now they feel like they could have done even better. It makes sense where for this kind of project, it's all about attention. It's all about like getting people excited about the next thing. So if you're just like upgrading the art like 2 different times, then it just gets people talking, just like how I'm talking about it right now. And maybe there's going to be more volume because people will be like, oh my God, the art is sick. Think about the IP they can build, right? It's all narrative. DeGods is really good at narrative, capturing attention, which is basically their core strength. So I can understand why they would want to make DeGods 3, right? Because it pumps more volume into their project, and it's something that hopefully you can put on the wall if the art is good enough. Like when we look at Utes, for example, the art is really good. So you compare a Utes compared to the original DeGod 1, big difference, right? And I believe it's the same artist. So a lot of people overlook this, like they look for utility and things like that. But a lot of times just the vibe and the art and just what it feels like is the utility in itself. The next upcoming NFT project we're going to cover is going to be called Mocaverse. Now at first glance you might be thinking, okay, what is Mocaverse? Well, Mocaverse is going to be Animoca brand's membership NFT collection of 8888 unique mochas. So I suppose this is going to be this character over here. And if you didn't know, Animoca is one of the very large investor when it comes to crypto and now moving into the NFT space. My guess is that because they are investors in crypto and NFT projects, this is going to be a way for them to generate leads for their VC and basically say, hey guys, you know, we're different from other VCs. We understand NFTs. Look, we have our own collection. So I personally see this as a marketing play. And if people are interested in, let's say, building an NFT project, maybe they're going to buy a Mocaverse and get into the ecosystem. And maybe they might want to raise money with Animoca, right? They got people for the dreamers, they got the builders, the angels, the connectors. So all these different type of people that can belong in the Animoca ecosystem. And if you think about it, Animoca is already a large VC, right? And investor in many companies. So they already have this network. So all they're really doing is kind of like putting their flag in the ground and saying like, hey, we're going to be one of the first VCs create an NFT for our community, right? Which definitely makes sense. It's definitely made for people who are into that investing side of things and builders. Mocaverse NFTs are exclusively for friends and family of Animoca brands, including the partners, so institutional retail investors and so on and so forth. The mint is going to be determined, but it's going to be Q1 2023, so it's coming real soon. Well, you're able to mint this NFT using different tokens which are under their portfolio. So really interesting case study to see how this is going to play out, and if it is successful, I would guess that many other VCs will probably do something similar, right? Next piece of news that we have is going to be Moonbirds. The announcement that Moonbirds recently made is that they are collaborating with XCopy to create these special backgrounds for their Moonbirds, right? So if you have a Moonbird and you have a Max Payne, which is this NFT over here, then you're able to get this new NFT, which is going to be the background, which is like the XCopy collaboration with Moonbirds. If you sell or move your Max Payne, the background automatically disappears. It basically incentivizes a person or holder to buy and hold, right? If you're Moonbirds and you're connected to Proof and maybe you have a lot of XCopy assets and maybe you want to increase the value of this person's work over time, well, by creating this background collaboration, it actually creates a lot of buy pressure for one of XCopy's work, which is the Max Payne, which is at more of a affordable price relative to other things that he may have, right? Not only does it create buy pressure for one collection, more people know about XCopy and hopefully his clout increases, and then when he creates new work in the future, the value of those works also increase, right? So this is very much a contemporary art gallery play of taking an artist and increasing their value of their art over time, especially very valuable if you already have XCopy from way back then and you hold a lot, right? But then also if you don't have a Moonbird, you're able to get this other background as well for moving your bird in chain. So a lot of people might be thinking like, oh, it's just a background, but if you think about it, backgrounds actually matter, right? This is art, right? Moonbirds and Proof, they're all about contemporary art in the Web3 space, so it makes sense that they produce more art and increase the value of certain artists' assets over time. And when it comes to the technicality of building all of these things, without getting into the details, it is very hard to do all of this in-chain, which is a term that they coined. Technical feat indeed. Even though it doesn't seem like much, it actually is a lot of work to do all these things. All right, speaking of contemporary art, we're going to be talking about Murakami's cat coin bank right now. So essentially this is going to be a new game slash project by Takashi Murakami, right? So they had the Murakami Flowers, and then they're going to have these cat NFTs. Basically, to play the game, you got to buy one of these cats, which is going to be 0.22 ETH, and then you connect your wallet and you play this kind of game. So you break your cat, then you earn another cat and a coin, and then you get those coins and you feed them to your Murakami cat coin bank, and then you watch your Murakami cat coin bank evolve with different traits, right? So basically you buy an NFT, then it splits into two NFTs, then you take the coin and you feed it to the other one, and then it kind of remixes into something new, and hopefully you get something rare. It's almost like a game of chance, like a gacha game or maybe a gambling game, but for people who are into this stuff and they're fans of Takashi Murakami, this might be interesting to you. So next piece of news is that Opensea adds direct support for Ledger wallet. So Ledger actually has kind of been on fire when it comes to innovating on product, making the designs really good, especially when it came to the Ledger stacks that recently was announced, which is designed by somebody that worked at Apple, right? So it makes a lot of sense. And now they are working with Opensea directly so that you don't have to connect your MetaMask to Ledger, then connect to Opensea. Now you can just go from Ledger to Opensea. Ledger has been kind of like hitting all the marks when it comes to becoming the best hardware wallet. And for me, I'm not sponsored by them, but hey, maybe I should be. I feel like Ledger is trying to break out of the Web3 scene. So obviously they want to create the best product for Web3 when it comes to security and wallets holding NFTs. How do you get your Ledger to be used as a credit card, for example? How can you use your credit card, put your credit card information in your Ledger, right? How do you use this in the Web 2 world? Maybe this is the modern day wallet where it's something that's super secure. You know, you don't have to have a bunch of credit cards, but you can put it all in one place. Now, Apple, in a way, is kind of doing that, right? With Apple Wallet and Apple Pay and things like that, but that's not able to hold NFTs, right? So what if there was a one-stop shop for everything in a hard wallet? So it gives me a lot of ideas to like where hardware might be in the future for NFTs, but Ledger is definitely a company that I'm following when it comes to innovation in the NFT space, especially hardware and software. So with that said, that is everything we got to cover for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one.